Yes, students. So lecture 3 of quantum mechanics. So what we have done in the previous sessions. So in the previous session we have derived the Schrödinger time dependent wave equation from the classical physics ideas. And of course, not simply the classical physics ideas, by combining with the de Broglie concept. Let me write from the first derivation of time dependent form. So we have taken the wave will be in this form. This is the very well known wave equation. Generally a wave which is traveling along positive x-axis, progressive or traveling wave type, the plane wave events. So we have written in terms of energy and momentum, and we managed here to differentiate with respect to x twice, and we got the expression for the momentum p square, and we have differentiation with respect to time once, and we got an energy for expression for E. Then after knowing these two things, we have substituted in the total energy of the particle is equal to p square by 2m. So E replaced and P replaced. When I replace with E and P, I got an equation will be in this form. This equation I call as the time dependent Schrödinger equation. I introduced one the new idea, that is a Hamilton operator, that is Hamiltonian operator, that is energy operator. Okay, I have quoted one statement also. Schrödinger equation is there no proof here, we can't derive it, it will not come from anywhere, it itself will exist. Okay, it came from the mind of the Schrödinger. So in this class, in the lecture 3, we see the time independent Schrödinger. So derivation of Schrödinger wave equation, that is Schrödinger equation steady state form. Time independent derivation of time independent Schrödinger wave equation. Derivation of time independent Schrödinger wave equation. Okay, right. సో దీని అవసరం ఏమొచ్చింది? టైం ఇండిపెండెంట్ అంటే దాంట్లో ఇప్పుడు మనం వేవ్ ఫంక్షన్ రాసాం. అదేం రాసాం? వేవ్ ఫంక్షన్ I h cross dou by dou t of psi all the coordinates r t, that is equal to minus h square by 2m del square psi r t plus v psi r t. ఇది ఈక్వేషన్ రాసాం మనం. సో లెట్స్ సే దీని ఒక ఈక్వేషన్ 1 అని అనుకుందాం. అంటే సైలో టైం పార్ట్ ఉంది, స్పేస్ పార్ట్ ఉంది. ఇట్ హ్యాస్ అ టూ, దెర్ ఇస్ అ టైం పార్ట్ అండ్ స్పేస్ పార్ట్. ఇప్పుడు మనం ఒక టైం ఇండిపెండెంట్ అని రాసాం అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనము టైం ఇన్వాల్వ్మెంట్ లేని సిచ్యువేషన్స్ ఉన్నాయా? లెట్స్ సే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ సై ఈజ్ ఫ్రీ ఫ్రమ్ టైం. So there is no time part here, only space part is present. So for example, I have a situation, for example say I mean here time explicitly, so there is no time involvement explicitly. For example, if I take a force, let's say if I take a force, even maybe central force I will consider, maybe gravitational, so not a gravity, electrostatic force, whatever it may be force. Suppose force is independent of, force does not depend upon time explicitly. Does not depend upon time explicitly. If force is independent, then we call potential energy is also independent. Potential energy, that is the V, also will not involve the time part explicitly. If that is the case, for example, if I can have the free particle, so the free particle means interaction energy itself is zero, then there is no time involvement there. So it only depends upon the x and y z coordinates, x, y, z. So there is no time dependence on it. So generally that states generally we call it the stationary or steady state equations. So if time is not involved directly, that is a stationary state. Stationary or steady state. Stationary or steady state. So obviously we like this. For example, harmonic oscillator. Even if I consider, for example, harmonic oscillator, particle in a box, in a one-dimensional box, potential wells, all these are the time. So time is involved, but explicitly it is not a function. Potential energy is free from the time. So in that case, we can write the psi, that's what we have taken, will be two forms. That is, that psi whatever is here we have written, it is the function of both r and t. We can write separately psi is a function of r and psi is a function of t. We can write separately, we are breaking here. So if you can write, this will be something like psi 0. So like generally this is in the language of PDE, partial differential equation, that is separation of variables. It works in many cases. Separation of variables. Separation of variables. It works in many cases. So that means we have the main wave function. We have the main wave function psi r t that is written already known to you, that is a into e power minus I by h cross e t minus p x, one dimensional case. Now this I'll write in this form. Let's say this I have already written. I gave it as an equation 1. Yeah, I gave it as an equation 1. So this form is important. This is equation 2 I am taking. Let me write the separately here, time dependent part and time independent part. So time dependent part and time independent part. So that is psi rt, I can write it will be a into, that is a into, so minus goes inside, minus will become plus, minus will become plus. This is e power I p x upon h cross, next term e minus I e t upon h cross. So this is the only space dependent part, x part. This is the only time dependent part. So this I'll take as psi naught. So taking stationary part, psi naught only x. This will be is equal to a into e power I p x upon h cross. So from here, so now we can write psi of rt will be is equal to psi naught x part, and of course you can write r. So as it is a only like we are writing for the one dimensional case, in place of r I can write simply x. In place of r I can simply write x. In place of r we can simply write x, as it is not the three-dimensional case. So in place of r I can simply write x. So psi naught x into e power time part, that is minus I E T by H cut. Take it as an equation 3. So already 2 is over. Now I am taking it as equation 3. So this is the Schrodinger, this is the wave function that we have separated two parts. So one sin naught x part and another one will be time dependent part. Okay. So now again as usual, differentiating this one with respect to time once, just like we did in the previous case, and with respect to x twice, then what I have. So 3. The first what you do? Differentiate with respect to time only once. With respect to time I am differentiating. So dou by dou t of psi, it has both x and t. So in sin naught there is no time, that is simply sin naught x. So dou by dou t of a power minus I E T by H cross. So now what I have when I differentiate with respect to time, so this implies dou by dou t of psi will be is equal to sin naught x, e power differentiation will be is equal to e power only minus I E T by H cross, but then again minus I E by H cross. Okay. So then what I have here? So this implies dou psi by dou t is equal to minus I E by H cross. Just I am writing in the proper manner. Sin naught into e power minus, of course, I E T by H cross. In this place, e power sin naught multiplied by e power minus this again psi. That is dou psi by dou t is again minus I E by H cross into psi itself. Call it as an equation 4. Call it as an equation 4. So first what we did here, then equation 3 ni time to differentiate చేస్తున్నా only once. Next ఏం చేస్తామంటే అదే equation 3 ని x తోటి 2 సార్లు చేయాలి. Also 3. Differentiate with respect to x twice. 2 సార్లు చేయాలి అంటే d square by dx square psi involved x as well as t. So now it is, be careful here with respect to x we are doing. So that means you no need to touch for the time dependent part. This is the time part, no, you no need to do this is only twice this. Then what I have? So this becomes d square sin naught dx square into this term is remaining minus I E T upon H cross. So then now we call equation 5. So from equation 4 I have dou psi by dou t. From equation 5 I have d square by dx square. So we know from equation 1, from equation 1, that is time dependent Schrodinger equation for one dimension, that is I H cross dou psi by dou t. Here psi is x and t, that is equal to minus h square by 2m into del square by dou x square. Psi is a function of xt plus v as a function of, v is only involved x, that is already known, it is independent of the x and t. So v only involved with the position, there is no time dependent part. So now I have dou psi by dou x term. Now I have dou square by dou x term. That I already done. That's what I done here. This is the equation 4 and this is the equation 5. From equation 4 you can substitute here. From equation 5 you can substitute here. So what is the equation 4 I have? Then equation 4 I have minus I E by H cross psi. Minus I E by H cross psi. Minus I E by H cross psi. Then here minus h square by 2m del square psi by del x square. That is del square psi naught del x square. Del square psi naught del x square e power minus iet by h cross iet by h cross. The next term is v of psi plus v psi plus v psi. Now be careful here. Minus I square is minus plus h cross cut. Then what is remaining here? E psi is remaining here. Then be careful here. Minus h square by 2m del square psi naught del x square e power minus iet by h cross plus v psi. But what is psi here? Psi is a function of both x and t. That we have written psi naught x multiplied by e power minus iet by h cross. Time part separate and position part will be separate. With this I write here. So this becomes e into psi naught part e power minus iet by h cross. That equal to minus h square by 2m del square psi naught by del x square e power minus iet by h cut plus v into psi naught e power minus iet by h cross. So you observe clearly, everywhere this term cancel, this term cancel, this term cancel. Then finally what I have here, the left hand side a psi naught is there. Then what is the right hand side is there? That is minus h square by 2m del square psi naught by del x square plus v psi naught. Now this is the equation number, I can write this 6. This is the equation number 6. This is the equation number 6. For 3D case, this can be written as e psi naught minus h square by 2m in that place del square by lx square plus del square by del y square plus del square by del z square plus v into psi naught. As usual, this entire thing is called as del square. That implies e psi naught will be is equal to minus h square by 2m del square psi naught plus v psi naught. Even we can write this will be in the appropriate way. Can be written as, it can be written as, let us bring all the terms will be this side. The first term will become h square by 2m del square psi naught, then plus e minus v into psi naught will be is equal to 0. Even this can be written as del square psi naught plus 2m e minus v by h square into psi naught will be is equal to 0. Okay, so this is a three-dimensional stationary Schrodinger wave equation. Now you can drop that psi naught. So drop that psi naught. That is, I'll write psi naught now simply psi only. It has only x, y, z coordinate. That you can write psi of r. So with this, that can be written as del square psi, of course x, y, z r, plus 2m e minus v by h square into psi of r will be is equal to 0. This you remember, this is enough for us. This is enough for us. So most of the cases we have the one-dimensional problems. For example, particle in a box and all those things are one-dimensional problems. So one dimensional problem simply d square by dx square, only psi as a function of x, plus 2m e minus v by h square psi of x will be is equal to 0. Okay, this is the one dimensional equation most of the times we require. At least in the BSc level, we have the only one dimensional Schrodinger wave equation. It is indirectly, if we observe here, it is the second order differential equation. Second order homogeneous differential, second order differential equation. Second order differential equation. Okay, so I have the cases will be something like this. There may be a things like e minus v term will be positive. Then that differential equation will become del square psi by del x square. Let's say some constant k square into psi is equal to 0. Then what are the solutions for this? The solutions for this will be, solution for this psi as a function of x will be something a is a constant, sine of kx, some b into cos of kx, or otherwise psi is a function of x, c1 into e power I kx plus some c2 into e power minus I kx, like this. Where you can write here, you can say this k square will be is equal to, what is this, 2m e minus v by h square as a constant, total energy constant, v constant, that I am getting as a positive. Okay, you remember this, solutions will be in this form. Either you take in terms of sine and cos, or you can take in terms of exponentials, with constant c1 and c2 can be determined from the boundary conditions. Or otherwise, I may have the situation e minus v will be is equal to negative. Then the differential equation will become d square by dx square psi of x minus some k square psi of x will be is equal to 0. Here I have written k square will be is equal to 2m by h square into v minus e. V minus e. So that k is again a positive, as the term e minus v is coming as a negative. So now the solution for this type of differential equation will be psi of x will be is equal to some a into sine of hkx, hyperbolic functions, remember, be careful, b into cos of hkx, hyperbolic functions, or we can write in terms of exponential, some c1 into e power kx plus c2 into e power minus kx. c1 and c2 are a and b are the constants. So when there is a minus here, so when I have the situation e is greater than v, then this entire quantity will be positive. Then that time I get either sine form or cos form or exponential e power I kx, like that. So whenever we have the e less than v case, that is potential energy is greater than that of the total energy, then that time I have the situation of that e minus v negative. That's why I have written the solutions will be in hyperbolic functions or otherwise in exponential like this. So this is easy. You might have learned your BSc first year, solving a differential equation. Okay, so fine. So be careful. So here in this class I have derived for you. Em derive cheskunnam manam Schrodinger time independent, that is stationary state form. ఎలా డిరైవ్ చేసుకున్నాం దాన్ని, జస్ట్ వీఆర్ బ్రేకింగ్ అప్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఇంటూ టూ పార్ట్స్, వన్ టైం డిపెండెంట్ అండ్ టైం ఇండ్. దీన్నే మనం ఏమంటాం, సపరేషన్ ఆఫ్ వేరియబుల్స్ అని అంటాం. సో ఫ్రమ్ హియర్ సపరేషన్ ఆఫ్ వేరియబుల్స్ చేసాం. ఒక అజంప్షన్ ఏంటంటే పొటెన్షియల్ ఎనర్జీ టైం అన్నది ఎక్స్ప్లిసిట్గా ఉండదు, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇండిపెండెంట్ ఆఫ్ టైం. సో ఆర్ అదర్వైజ్ టైం డస్ నాట్ డిపెండ్ ఎక్స్ప్లిసిట్లీ. ద ఫోర్స్ ఈస్ టైం ఇండిపెండెంట్, ఆబ్వియస్లీ పొటెన్షియల్ ఎనర్జీ ఆల్సో టైం ఇండిపెండెంట్. సో సైన్ బ్రేకప్ చేసుకున్నాం, వన్ స్పేస్ పార్ట్, వన్ టైం పార్ట్. దాని ఆ తర్వాత వీ హ్యావ్ సబ్స్టిట్యూటెడ్, అంటే అంతకుముందు ఒకసారి వన్స్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు టైము, ట్వైస్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు ఎక్స్ డిఫరెన్షియేట్ చేసుకొని టైం డిపెండెంట్ ష్రోడింగర్ వేవ్ ఈక్వేషన్లో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసాం చూడండి. సో టైం డిపెండెంట్ నుంచే టైం ఇండిపెండెంట్ వస్తుంది, ఆ రెండు వేరు వేరు కాదు, గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి అది మీరు. సో డెరైవ్ చేసిన తర్వాత నాకు ఈక్వేషన్ వచ్చింది. దెన్ ఫైనల్గా సై నుంచి సై నాట్కి వచ్చాను. సో సై నాట్లో నాకు వచ్చిన ఈక్వేషన్ ఇది, 3Dకి ఇలా రాశాను. సో ఐఎమ్ డ్రాపింగ్ నౌ సై నాట్ డ్రాప్ దట్ జీరో. సో లెట్ us డ్రాప్ దట్ జీరో. సో రైట్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ సై నాట్నే మనము డైరెక్ట్గా సై అనే టర్మ్స్లో రాద్దాం, ఓన్లీ XYZ. ఓకే, సో 3D ఫామ్ రాసాం. సో ఈవెన్ 1D ఫామ్ రాసాం. సెకండ్ ఆర్డర్ డిఫరెన్షియల్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఇది, ఆర్డినరీ డిఫరెన్షియల్ ఈక్వేషన్, సెకండ్ ఆర్డర్ ఆర్డినరీ డిఫరెన్షియల్ ఈక్వేషన్, okay, like this. So even in a 3-dimensional case also it is solving easy. Okay, so partial differential equations ని ఎలా సాల్వ్ చేయాలి, PDE అది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. అందులో ఒకటి ష్రోడింగర్ ఈక్వేషన్ సాల్వ్ చేయాలి. జనరల్గా అనేవి మనకు 1 డైమెన్షనల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉన్నాయని చెప్పాను కాబట్టి ఆ 1 డైమెన్షనల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ మాత్రం మనకు చాలు. సో ఆ దానికి సంబంధించినటువంటి రెండు కేసులు పాసిబుల్ అయితే, వన్ ఈజ్ E గ్రేటర్ దాన్ V అన్న కేసు రావాలి, లేదా అనదర్ వన్ విల్ బి E లెస్ దాన్ V అన్న కేసు రావాలి. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద కేస్ వేర్ ద టోటల్ ఎనర్జీ విల్ బి గ్రేటర్ దాన్ దట్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇంటరాక్షన్ ఎనర్జీ కేస్. దిస్ ఇస్ ద కేస్ 1 you can call. Then another case possibility will be, even suppose V0, then that case also no issues. You substitute V0 here, V0, then it is, things will be remain same. So this is the case 2. Case 2, whenever I have the situation total energy is less than that of the interaction energy. So total energy is less than that of the interaction energy. So here it is, the total energy is greater than that of the interaction energy. Okay, fine. So remember the solutions at least we require. Okay, fine. So I'll stop for this day. So in the next class we'll see what is the physical interpretation of the wave function. That physical interpretation of the wave function and all those things we'll see. Okay, fine. Thank you.